What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Introverts Supercast. It's November 22nd, 23rd, episode 7. We're here today with Beatbox Ton.
Hey.
And I'm your host, Gio Corsi. Ton, we had some technical difficulties yesterday.
We did.
And that was a little frustrating.
Oh, yeah, just a little. I've been having kind of technical difficulties the last couple of pods, and this last one just threw a monkey wrench in the whole thing.
Yeah, it was, I guess, after the hype train.
I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it wrecked. Everything just crashed and burned. But, so what's up, Ton? What's new?
What's new? Well,
what you been doing?
we've had a really busy week. Last week we were decorating or still decorating for Christmas because we were kind of like the Griswolds when it comes to Christmas. Mm-hmm. And we also had our oldest son over and our daughter-in-law visiting, so it was awesome.
Yeah, we actually did some gaming, quite a bit. When he comes over, we always I don't know what it is, but last time he was here, he's like, Mario Sunshine, it's time. And I'm like, dude, are you sure the game is trash? He's like, I got to beat it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And he beat it. And this time around, it was Dark Souls. Or Demon Souls, I'm sorry. Demon Souls. And, I wanted to show off the PlayStation 5. I was like, hey, check this out. You know what the sad part was?
What?
We never turned on the Xbox Series S.
Oh, my gosh, right?
What I wanted to do, I wanted to get a table next to the sofa and prop up the Series X so we could watch us having fun while we play the PlayStation 5. Because I feel so bad. It just sits there underneath.
PlayStation 5.
I'm beginning to think it's because my PlayStation 5 has been getting
warm.
hot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I knew you were going
thinking
there.
It's the Series X that now it's getting so mad the heat is now he's trying to sabotage it.
Like fumes coming out of his ears.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I think I'm going to prop him next to us. So when we're playing games, he could just sit there and we could look at it and go, that was a cool game, right? Huh? Until the games come out. When the games come out, then I'll go in and put him back with his buddy. His little buddy, his friend there, the PlayStation 5. But we're just getting all festive. Putting up all of our Christmas lights. Jeez, I got all the lights set up. And that kind of sucked.
Yeah, we had to do it this time where, we normally I'd help you outside. Mm-hmm. And then you'd direct me inside.
Mm-hmm. Get in the house, woman. I just pointed in the door. No, you know what's not fair?
You would direct me in how to put the tree up, but you would just watch me. You would supervise.
You know what was not fair? What was not fair is that you said, you go outside. You go outside and you do everything outside and I'll take care of the inside. And then I finished outside and then you're like, I need some help inside. I was like, what? This was your idea. So that was not fair. But
yeah, okay. I needed help though.
Jeez. I might as well just do it all.
Hey.
What?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I guess kids are getting older and they're starting to leave. So now I don't know. I started thinking about in the near future, there will be no kids here. And I'll just be like that old man, sad old man that just kind of puts up lights.
I thought you would turn into a Grinch and not put lights up at all.
Or that.
No.
Yeah, or that. I'll just move to a little condo. That way I don't have to decorate it.
No.
But so that's our week, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's last we left off. It felt like it was Halloween last time we talked.
I know, doesn't it? It wasn't though, but it feels like it.
Oh yeah, because we had a little in between the hype train. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. But okay, Ton, I want to have a round table discussion. This will be the it's a round table discussion here. Okay, so I want to ask you the significance of the Keighley's. The
Achilles heel.
That's what they pretty much are. But so what's his name? Geoff Keighley?
Jeff Keighley.
It's Geoff.
Geoff
Keighley. So he has this award show. It's called the Keighley's Awards. He gives out little statues of himself holding a bag of Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Oh boy, I forgot about that.
And he's wearing the Pope hat, remember?
Yes, I forgot about that.
If you guys don't know what that is, please Google Geoff Keighley Pope Pope Geoff Keighley.
Meme.
But so yeah, he does this thing, and it good for him, right? Because I'm not doing it. You're not doing it.
Nope.
And I prefer Giant Bomb's Game of the Year awards personally.
Yeah.
That's the only one I actually listen to.
But I think it's really good that he does it because I think it brings that attention to the gaming industry.
To the masses, yeah.
And have like an award kind of ceremony for this type of, entertainment genre.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. And now the Video Game Awards is fake news.
Oh my gosh. That was really good, I have to say.
No, I don't like his awards because every time we're watching, like, no, that shouldn't have won. What?
Yeah.
Not that one. Who nominated that?
So like you said, it's like politics.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's totally.
Oh yeah.
It's totally.
I think all award ceremony things are politics. I just kind of like to have video game awards as part of.
Yeah, I want to see video games and everything. I
Yeah.
want to see that. I guess I want to see cartoons like back in the day. We'd watch cartoons of video games, and Legend of Zelda, Mario, all that, and then I want to see it in cereals, my breakfast. I want to see it. I want to see it everywhere.
Yeah.
So when I see it on TV, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'll sit down and watch this.
And we did see it live once.
Yeah, we went. Ton and I went to go see the video game awards in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And it was boring.
Well,
It was boring.
I mean, I can't really say for sure because I was sick that day.
Oh yeah, you had
From
like the
traveling.
flu.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I got that from traveling to
dude,
Las Vegas.
And I believe the beers were like crazy expensive.
Yeah, and then you got me when I was like, I don't know if I could drink
I was
this.
like, here, but I knew the plan. See, I was going to buy her a beer because I knew she wasn't going to drink it. I was like, do you feel okay, honey? Here, let me. Are you going to drink this? Oh, I'll drink it too.
Don't worry, babe. I'm not going to make you drink it.
You should probably go outside and get some air.
Yeah, evidently everybody was sick there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that now? Oh my
I know,
gosh.
right? But so it's neat. It was neat because when you're going in, you run into Troy Baker, Neil Druckmann, Greg Miller. You run
Everybody.
into you see everyone there. So you're just like, oh,
We saw Shu and
Shu Yoshida, Adam Boyes. So you kind of mingle with everyone. So it's really fun, that part. And then it starts, and you just kind of sit there, and it's so weird because when you see it at home, you see commercials, intermissions and stuff, whatever. And when you're there, it just gets quiet, and they're just getting everything ready for the next segment. And then it starts up, and you're like, oh, that was so weird, so awkward when it's live,
Yeah.
But there was a cool thing. We saw Koji Kondo.
That was awesome.
Yeah, he played the piano for everyone, and that was so neat.
I think that was the best part of the whole experience.
That was one of those things where you got like, I want to meet Miyamoto, and you're like, I want to see Koji Kondo.
Yeah.
And so to see him, that was really neat to see that. But overall, I mean, he's doing the show. It's going to be on December 10th. And it'll be broadcast, I'm sure, like on YouTube and Twitch. We don't have television, so I don't know if it's going to be on ESPN or whatever. I don't know where it would be.
I think you're thinking of like Capcom Cup. Wasn't that on ESPN or something?
Yes. Yeah, they did broadcast top 16 or top 8 on. So that was cool. But so what's the importance of the nominees, or I guess whoever wins? Is any significance, I guess?
I think it's kind of merit, just kind of like a badge or an award.
Just for them, kind of.
Well, I think it's something good to use for sales as well, because you can use that and
Game
say
of the Year edition.
Yeah, exactly. You could even release new editions and call it Game of the Year editions. I didn't think about that route, but I was just thinking more so that it can help promote sales, because you can say, hey, it was Game of the Year.
You sell the regular version, and then you wait like a year later and you go, this is the new Game of the Year edition with all the DLC and everything. And yeah, I guess you could do that.
Well, think about it too. Whenever we'd go to E3, you see all of these awards from different publications that would give the game or the demo, the E3.
You are ranking. Yeah, this is a game of the show. So yeah, I guess so. But it just upsets me because like for this time for Game of the Year, they have nominated Doom Eternal. That wasn't received very well. Final Fantasy VII Remake, that was pretty good. Ghost of Tsushima, I don't know who nominated that. I think Sony nominated that. Shoot, yeah, they got Jim Ryan told everyone, you better nominate these games. And then Hades, which I think Hades should just take. It should just be the Hades Awards, I think. And then Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I think it should be Animal Crossing New Horizons show.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I could see that. And then what is this? Is this a typo? Did they make a part 2 of The Last of Us? I'm gonna have to fact check that. So I guess apparently they made a part 2 of The Last of Us.
The one that you played through?
Did I play through it? I don't even remember.
Actually, in all honesty, I didn't play through it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was just okay. We'll leave it at that. It was forgetful. So, but yeah, those are the nominees for the Game of the Year, and I guess I was a little upset. Like, I wanted to. I don't know. I wanted the game. I wanted was Tony Hawk.
Okay.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I think.
But do you think that would be Game of the Year? I mean, for
Yes.
you, and I mean for the majority?
Yes.
I was like, well, that was quick.
Well, I think Tony Hawk can be enjoyed by everyone.
It can be.
I think it's got okay music.
I still suck at it. Like, no matter how many times I try and go back to it.
Oh man, it's just
Even the original, I sucked at it, but I always wanted to be good at it, and I just couldn't.
It's just such a fun game. Just if you want to play it casual and just be like, okay, this is me in real life. Okay, I'm gonna K grind this. Okay, or if you're like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go for the 1,000,000 points. You can
Go
do all
for the
that.
gusto.
Yeah, go for the gusto. But I thought that game was so fun. It looks beautiful. It's great. Like everything about it is just fantastic, and it wasn't nominated.
But how is it doing sales wise?
I don't know. I haven't actually. It's probably not doing that well. But
Because, I mean, yeah, I play Animal Crossing, and I kind of get sick of hearing myself talk about Animal Crossing, but I can definitely see why that's Game of the Year, because think about what it did for people during this crazy year.
yeah, I don't know. I guess, well, I mean, look, the two strong cases here, Hades, which is like nominated. If there's like 11 things to vote for, like 7 of them are Hades.
Really?
Yeah, like
I haven't gone through mine. I need to go and do mine.
Yeah, so what you can do, if you guys have multiple Gmail accounts, you go in there and vote for Hades over and over and over and over, or Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I can make the debate of Animal Crossing being Game of the Year, because that game really, I think it helped a lot of people out.
Oh, I definitely think it did.
During
I think
this whole.
so many more people played. Like, I think each iteration of Animal Crossing brings on a whole other generation of players. And I mean, we had our niece playing it, our 2 nieces, we bought it for our nieces, and then our daughter-in-law played it. And I mean, with everything, he
Zion
played the
played
last
it.
one too, though.
Tito played it, yeah.
Yeah. Like, all of us had our own copy except you.
Yep.
And I think that, and I mean, it was like that with New Leaf too, but with, the pandemic and everybody locked inside, it was kind of a way to just escape what was going on, because and kind of bring you some type of happiness, and
Yeah, I just wanted to see a world where you didn't have to wear masks in Animal Crossing. Oh no, you actually have.
There's
you
a
can
mask.
wear masks there.
But
Yeah,
it's always been part of the wardrobe. It wasn't, like kind of tossed in there like Pokemon Go.
You know what's weird on that note? People were freaking out with masks, and I'm like, dude, you and I, we'd always see people at Capcom Cup.
Yeah.
They would always wear them.
Yeah.
It's just
Anywhere we go.
It's a courtesy thing in Japan. So when people were freaking out here, I'm like, it's normal. Like,
I guess we were used to seeing it. I mean, it wasn't a scary thing back then.
But I mean, I think Animal Crossing is a very important game. I mean, it's pretty big news when our A-word, Alexa, is giving you news constantly about Animal Crossing and this and that, and Animal Crossing. You're like, whoa, it's hitting mainstream media.
Exactly. And that hit a lot more people than a lot of the other games on here. And even if there's something in there that's an amazing game in there, I still think that Animal Crossing reached a lot more people.
Yeah.
So, and then we were talking about it when we had technical difficulties there's a talk show on there. And they're using it like so many different ways, and they had Selena Gomez and Elijah Wood and
Trujillo, the gangster kid.
Robert.
No. Robert's the bass player.
Danny.
Trujillo.
Danny. Golly, we always do that.
I'm sure Robert Trujillo also plays Animal Crossing and the bass guitar at the same time. But I think that game, you can debate that game. I mean, it's not even a debate. You can say it's game of the year. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that. But Hades is the one where you're like, whoa, Hades?
Yeah. I do also like the titles that just kind of just different title. It doesn't have to, like, for me, be something that everybody's playing. But as far as game of the year, I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, I'd just like to see like those little indie games like Splunky 2. I'd like to see, like those little hidden treasures that aren't like I'm still in shock that they made a part 2 of The Last of Us. Like I still can't believe that. But yeah, it's going to be broadcasted December 10th. And, good on Keighley for doing that. But hopefully he'll bring Kanye again, the way he brought Kanye to E3.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and that would be kind of neat. And then, hopefully it's a good show. Hopefully there's some breaking news announcements or surprises. Those are always fun.
Yeah. But
maybe we will also live stream it. We could just have it here, and we could do a Mystery Science Theater 3000 and talk over it and just crack some jokes. But so that's the Keighley's, and I hope he continues to do it. Mm-hmm. And I hope that every year it gets better.
Yeah, definitely.
And bigger. And maybe even one year, we're voting for it, but it can be big enough to where, maybe we can actually change on what we see there rather than what they're nominating, because I don't know. Something about it seems kind of fishy. Yeah.
I mean, it's an award show.
Yeah. All right, Ton. So enough of that. Now let's go ahead and get into the what are you playing, Ton? What are you playing?
Well, talking about Animal Crossing. So, Animal Crossing had an update on the 19th, which was on last Thursday. And it's a winter update. So it's kind of getting you ready for all of the festivities that are coming up. And so I hadn't played it in a while. It was one of those things where I thought I was going to put it down.
Dude, I was actually in shock because the last couple of days I was like, oh my gosh.
I think it's a good week.
Yeah, the Switch is not in her hands. I was like, this is weird. I think she's sick. She's got COVID.
I was worse with New Leaf. I really was than with this one. And with New Horizons.
Why, though?
You know why? Because I remember trying to get into Animal Crossing with City Folk. And you're like, here, sit down, play this. And I was like, this is so redundant. I can't take it. I just want action now. And I didn't get into it. So with New Leaf, I got into it, and you kind of just have your routine and you do it all the time until you're like, what am I doing? And it took me, 3,000 hours of playing it, something crazy, where I was like, okay, this is just, I'm done. And then I played Pocket Camp, the iOS version, and the same thing where I'm like, what am I doing? I just stopped playing. So this time around, it was getting that way. And it was only because I played the heck out of the other two that I think that's what was going on. And I think you said I'm at how many hours when you last checked? 400?
Man, I think it was around 400, yeah.
And like I said, that's not even as much as I've seen. Mm-hmm. So I really wasn't.
You're still like
it.
a noob.
Yeah, I wasn't playing it as much as New Leaf. But with this new update, I was like, okay, well, I want to get ready. And with the update, they have Turkey Day, kind of locked and loaded, which is going to be on November 26th, which is our Thanksgiving here in the States. And you have Franklin, the turkey, who's going to come by, and you kind of help him make, dishes and stuff, so that you get gifts from him for helping him cook for everybody. And then Toy Day is our Christmas, and that's another. And those characters that come out on those holidays or special days, you have this special affection for them. And he's a reindeer in a Santa Claus outfit, and you help him deliver gifts. Cool. So also there are some new reactions and hairstyles. Home storage upgrade. So I'm kind of mixing this new. It was going to be news, but since that's what I'm playing. I'm going to kind of see what I've done from this so far. But with a home storage upgrade, I did it yesterday, and I didn't pay off my last home upgrade. I guess mortgage upgrade or whatever, because I had looked it up online, and I want to say, I could be exaggerating this, but it was, I don't know, close to, maybe it was 250,000 or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, what's the benefit of me paying this off? Is it just saying, hey, well, I paid it off? Like, who am I going to tell that to? Who cares? And there was no benefit for doing it, so I never paid it off. So when I went to get my storage upgrade, it's like, nope, you got to pay it off. So I did that. And then I also paid 500,000 bells on top of that to get the storage upgrade. It does say it's 2,400 slots. Oh, yes. So I did that yesterday, and I haven't checked today, and it's already nighttime, which my places are already closed. So see, that's another reason why I'm like, ugh. So I'll be able to just kind of toss things in there, and it won't be a mess. Also, Dreams, the visiting other islands on Dreams. Now you can visit random islands. You don't have to have a special code to visit other island and see their customizations and stuff they did. There's also a Pocket Camp collaboration where I think you get the smartphone model. And I was like, oh, okay.
So you got to download Pocket Camp again?
No, since I already had it.
Oh, wow.
I already get it there. And then island and resident data transfers. This is something that was really important because we bought our niece. So one of our nieces shares her Switch with her brother, with our nephew. And she's going to be getting a Switch for Christmas. And I was like, well, how is that going to happen? Because
all her data is going to be saved.
Yeah, you have to get a whole new game for the other system or something.
Or
no. Yeah. Or you can use it, the game on the other one, but I don't even know how that was working before.
She has online, so I think she's safe for now.
Well, the cool thing is now all of her island and her villagers and everything can get transferred to different systems.
Oh, wow.
Thank goodness. That was just ridiculous that wasn't there.
I turned it on the other day.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, and Tom Nook was like, hey, you have to quarantine. So I was like, well,
because you've been traveling.
I'm going to social distance, so I'm just going to stay away from that game until all this is over.
Yeah. Sure. Yep. That's what I was like, wait, you did what now? So, and then also like seasonal items where we'll be able to celebrate New Year's Eve as well. So all of those kind of things are locked and loaded. And I know that speaking of turning it on for after a while, there were a ton of weeds. So I've been pulling weeds, not fun.
Oh, man.
And then my villagers are mad at me because I haven't talked to them in so long that they think I'm mad at them.
Oh, man. And this is a game, right?
Yes. So jeez. I'm having to like make up and say I'm sorry to everybody and pull weeds and catch leaves.
Wow.
But that's all I've really been playing. So what have you been playing, stranger?
I'm just thinking of the nightmare of like if Animal Crossing, this next one comes out and these little animals or whatever, if they start having like their little Animal Crossing Twitter and they're just talking about you on Twitter.
Oh my gosh. Social media, no.
And it's like, oh my gosh, I can already see it happening.
No social media for my villagers. I've banned it and I said, nope, you guys are not using it. Yes, it is.
It's all Tom Nook.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So whatever.
So what have you been playing?
Well, I've actually been dabbling in a lot of little things. Like I finally turned on Stadia. Remember that thing?
No.
Poor Stadia. I mean, I don't feel bad because it's Google and Google is listening. And I love Google. They are not evil. But so I turned on Stadia and I only purchased Stadia because I wanted my gamer tag.
Yeah.
Because my gamer tag is universal on all my consoles except the PC. Because me, like an idiot, I'm like, no, I don't game on PC. I don't game online. So I was going to get it on Steam, and I didn't. And then I saw some jerk got it, and I was like, you took my name, you son of a gun.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not really your name. And
oh, he knows. He knows he's an imposter. 100%. He's an imposter.
Okay, Chris Rock.
Hey, it's Charlie Murphy.
MC Gusto wasn't Charlie Murphy. It was
Yes.
Chris Rock.
Charlie Murphy was Gusto, and he was arrested. So Chris Rock took his identity,
Oh, that's right.
and he was MC Gusto.
Oh
So-
my gosh, that's so funny. I forgot that.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah. So I fired up Stadia, and I started playing that Phoenix Rising, and it's that Zelda clone. You know, it's coming out soon, and it doesn't look that great. And Stadia, I thought it was going to look amazing because they're probably running on like PC. I would think they're PC versions of the game, and it didn't look all that great. The game was fun though. I enjoyed it. I was like, this is cool. I already have all these little perks, and my weapons don't break. And it seemed like, look, let's be honest. I'm looking for games for my consoles. I'm looking for either an Xbox Series X game or another PlayStation 5 game. So I'm like, okay, maybe here's another one I might pick up, but maybe not because if what's that? The 2077.
Yep.
If that comes out,
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, if it comes out on the 10th rather than 2077, then I'll probably pick up Cyberpunk. You got to pick that up.
You just ordered new games. They just delivered them, like hand delivered them to me today.
Those are last gen.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what you ordered. I just know that they're like, I think there are games in here, and I didn't want to leave it. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
You're feeling my
You're trying to see if someone was home, and yeah, I get you.
I
Don't
saw
worry.
that guy feeling my package. He was. And there were games in there.
Oh,
but anyways, yeah, so the game, the demo's out for free. You don't even need to have Pro in order to play it. And also, you can play Destiny on
Destiny 2.
Stadia for free without having Pro. So Stadia's onto something. And they start giving us like Fortnite and Apex Legends to get people kind of hooked. That might be the gateway drug, say, hey, I can't get a console, and that's cool. I'll just use this for now, and then, heck, maybe they'll never go and get a console.
I mean, the thing about Destiny is it doesn't have crossplay.
Yeah, it does. It has crossplay. I believe it does.
No.
Really?
Mm-mm. For Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Nope. Does
Are
not
you
have
sure?
crossplay.
Oh. I just synced up all my accounts to PlayStation, Xbox, Stadia, PC. I synced them all together, so I assumed it had crossplay. I mean, I haven't played Destiny 2 since
Oh, God.
it first came out.
Yeah, yeah. And it doesn't have like the premium expansions and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and no crossplay, which I think crossplay is a big thing with
yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll that's
So how would that
crossplay.
work then?
I don't know. But I thought I fired up Destiny when I got it because it came with it. I think I saw like random people, like unless they're like just Stadia people. I don't know.
Maybe
So-
they're just Stadia people because Bungie said that it doesn't feature crossplay,
The Stadia version or
the Stadia version.
oh, that's a bummer. I wonder why. Maybe there's too much lag or something. I don't know.
Not sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, I played that demo, and it's pretty cool. I might check it out. And then I also played. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I picked up Demon Souls.
Oh my gosh, did you really?
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's what you were playing this weekend. Never
Yeah.
mind. Just kidding.
and
Because you played another one like that, and I always get confused which it is.
yeah, and that's one of those games where look, that's not my type of game. I'll be honest with you guys. It's just not me. I did platinum Bloodborne, but that was just I wanted to do that just so I could just flex and show the platinum. I did not enjoy playing it at all. It wasn't
But
fun.
it's
for me.
because you tortured yourself to try and get the platinum.
Yeah, and then this one, I'm like, I'm already stressing it, but my son was like, "Come on, Dad, you can do it. You can beat it by the time I get back." So he's coming back in December, and I'm like, I seriously at work today, I was like, I should probably stretch and meditate before I play the game because the game, it's kind of stressful. Like it's in the back of your head
Okay.
going,
So I should stay far away from you when you're playing the game. Actually, you don't get like that. Like, you
Yeah.
don't get all weird like that.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I got that game, and my son, he fired it up, and I was just watching him, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to do this.
It's so weird, though, because you and I will, like, yell at the TV. We'll, like, yell while we're playing games, And then he's just, like, so... Okay, so our oldest son, he's so chill.
Yeah.
And even when he's torturing himself playing this game, he's just like, okay.
He's like Mike Jones Jackson.
Try this.
Like Mike Jones
Mike
Jackson.
Jones Jackson.
Yeah. Like that guy, he plays like fighting games, and he's the most chill guy ever.
Yeah, where we're really competitive.
I'm like stressing, yelling, and then he's just like, "What's up, dude?" I'm like, bro, are you feeling this? Like, what's wrong with you? He's like, I don't know, it's just how I am. And I'm like, dude, he's a freak of nature. I miss you, Mike Jones.
In a good way.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I was playing. Right? Was there anything else?
Are you sure?
I always dabble in games, but I think that's pretty much. I know I jumped on the Call of Duty a little bit more, and for some reason, man, my PlayStation 5, it downloaded part of the campaign, so I beat a mission, and then the second mission is like, sorry, it hasn't finished downloading. I'm like, are you kidding me?
So did you ever fix that? Because I know we talked about that last.
Yeah,
podcast.
it says do like a reboot, and I'm like, I don't want to reboot it. I have like a factory reset. I have games already I've downloaded.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I took it to the other PlayStation 5 and I said, let me try downloading it on the other PlayStation 5 and I'll just play it in the other room. Mm-hmm. And then I just forgot about it and I started downloading Ghost of Tsushima because it was 60 frames per second. And I was like, let me play that. And then,
are you really?
Yeah. And then I've just been
yourself again.
I've just been downloading all sorts of games and that's what I've been playing, Ton. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's jump into some news. What do you got, Ton?
All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into, I feel like we've been talking about Spider-Man games for the last few podcasts. But with the PlayStation 5, the game saves for Marvel's Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 can now be exported to the remastered version for PlayStation 5.
And we did that. We did that yesterday.
Day before yesterday. Or maybe a couple of days ago.
No, I think it was
day before
Saturday?
yesterday.
I don't know. Well, we did it, and it's so cool because my son platinumed the game on the PlayStation 4. So when I told him, I was like, hey, you can go ahead and transfer your data. As soon as he did it, all the trophies started popping, just boop, 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 and he got a platinum, second platinum. I was like, oh, you son of a. Because I didn't play it. I was waiting to play it on the PlayStation 5.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But now I'm thinking, I should probably just play on the PlayStation 4 and then get the double plat.
Yeah, but no. Why would you? I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, but for me, it's more about the experience. I'm not like you, like platinum. I think I only platinumed what? Tearaway?
Is that really? That's a good game.
I think that's no, I think I have a couple of other platinums.
Yeah, I think you have a couple, but
Montana.
Hey, oh, there you go.
I made you do it for me because I was like,
trophy hunter.
I tried to. And I was like, I can't play this
think
game.
I got like 5 platinums for like every like for Tito and Benj.
Yeah, but to be fair, I was like, Karen, let me just play your Tearaway. I don't know if I ended up platinuming for it.
No, you didn't.
I didn't think so.
You didn't, no.
But I was going to, so.
Yeah.
Of course, more enjoyable than Hannah Montana.
But it's so sweet when it's just nice to have platinums. And you're just like, check this out. Like, I got a Ferrari. You guys want to see it? There's my Ferrari right there. Oh, yeah, that is the Bloodborne edition Ferrari. But, yeah, I don't know. It's stupid, I know.
So, also with this export, you get 3 new suits from the remastered version to the original. And then with the transfer, it also includes various fixes for the game and some experienced issues like rest mode crash.
Gosh.
And Insomniac promised that this exportability was going to come around Thanksgiving. So, yep, they were able to get that done and accomplished. And it was actually just kind of like made overnight. Like, there you go.
That's so cool. And by the way, anytime you have your game, we had Demon Souls on the PlayStation 5. And anytime we'd shut it down or I'd let my son jump on another game, I'd go back to Demon Souls and I'd have to restart the PlayStation 5. For some reason, it would just get stuck. Like a freeze screen. I had to shut it down, bring it back up. And I was like, are you kidding me? It was so annoying every single time. So I don't know what's up if you need to just completely log out, close the game and log out completely. But it's rather annoying.
Sounds fun. So also on Spider-Man news, with Spider-Man Miles Morales, we had noticed, Morales.
Yeah.
Morales.
I was like, I don't speak. What did you
I
say?
feel weird saying it like both ways. Is that weird? It's kind of like when I have to say my last name and I have to like kind of feel out the person, which way they're going to understand which way I'm saying it. So the Chrysler building was missing in Spider-Man Miles Morales. That feels weird. So it's missing from the game's New York setting. And they wanted this the landmarks, to have that true New York City feel. But the Chrysler building is the only one that they had, I guess, problems with due to copyright issues. It's not included.
Weird. That's so weird.
They were unable to reach an agreement for its inclusion with the current owners. So it's
so weird.
It's included in 2018's Spider-Man and the remastered version.
I think it was like new ownership or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
So it's missing from this one because since the release of that game, the landmark changed.
That's so
ownership.
Weird. Like, no, don't put my building in a video game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So James Stevenson had told Game Informer, when creating our representation of the city, we wanted to include as many landmarks as we could to add to the sense of immersion. Sometimes negotiations to use those locations didn't work out, which was the case with the Chrysler building in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Did I say it right?
Yeah, it sounded normal.
Yay.
It flowed.
Yay. I tried. So we were talking about Cyberpunk 2077, and apparently it's not pushed back to 2077, and it is definitely going to be released on the 10th.
That'd be so funny. They should just release a tweet saying the game's been delayed till 2077 and just watch.
Oh my gosh. Because maybe. So their physical copies are already
out in the wild.
Yes. And there was I'm talking like that. There was an Amazon. Oh, gee whiz. So an Amazon worker showed the game and he posted that on Reddit and he said, we're almost there, boys. I actually had the game in my hands.
Wow.
And you see the picture of it. So that's good news. It is coming. And now that the copies are mysteriously ending up in people's hands, like a select few, then now's the time especially to be really careful of spoilers.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this just yesterday, and then we found out that someone actually got a hold of the game and streamed 20 minutes of it.
20 minutes of it, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't go through the character creation, but it was just 20 minutes of
just random gameplay.
I think gameplay.
Wow, that's so crazy. That game's gonna come out. I hope it's good. I'm crossing my fingers because you gotta love CD Projekt Red. Those guys are so ambitious, and you're like, man. And these guys, they put a lot of time. Those poor guys working all that overtime and stress. So I'm like, man, hopefully the game is great because I'm gonna get it. I heard the PlayStation 4 copy has 2 discs.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. Where like, ugh.
What game was it?
There was a couple of them.
There was one.
I think Metal Gear Solid had 2
I think
discs.
it was. And then
like Final Fantasy or something had 2
It was
discs.
Metal Gear because on one system it didn't. Was it Xbox that didn't and PlayStation it did, or vice versa? And the version that didn't have it, they're like, "Oh, just kidding. You don't have to pop in a second disc." Remember that?
Right, yeah.
Oh, that was
The
kind of
Witcher
funny.
had 2 discs, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of amusing. But speaking of creators and games that you like, do you know where I'm going with this one?
Luminous.
Tetsuya Mitsuguchi, the creator of Rez, Tetris Effect, Tetris Effect Connect, Luminous, Child of Eden. Oh my gosh. Okay, so many more. He tweeted that his studio Enhance is working on a new game.
That's so cool.
Yes.
I can't wait. It's going to have dope music. It's going to have crazy visuals and hopefully a haptic feedback vest or like a tracksuit that's just vibrating all the time.
Yep. So he tweeted, this was actually just yesterday when we tried to do the pod yesterday. It says, yep, today is Rez's anniversary. Was released on November 22nd, 2001.
Dreamcast.
Thanks to everyone who played Rez, Child of Eden, and Rez Infinite. Ion Enhance is moving forward to the new project. Totally new adventure with Synesthesia. Gosh, why do I have a hard time saying that word?
Because that's a terrible name. That's a terrible name for a game.
Synesthesia. I don't know if that's the game's name.
I don't know. I hope that's the project name.
I wouldn't doubt that it is, because synesthesia is, I had looked it up, and it has to do with like experiences with like different senses. I could be butchering that because I had it pulled up yesterday.
Dude, that's yeah, man. He's so cool, man. He's all about music and games and just experiences and just, man, that Tetris effects on the Xbox is legit.
Oh, it's great. It's great. But what's weird though, I'm a lot better at it on Puyo Puyo Tetris. I think because on Tetris Effect it's just going so fast and I'm not too sure what's going on. Maybe.
Oh man, it's so cool.
And that's like, I mean, think about how sensory that is, because you're on Tetris Effect Connect, you're not just playing the game. It's kind of like Luminous, where your moves are making more sounds to the beats and stuff like that.
But the visuals also look.
Oh yeah.
And then also with the Hue Sync play or whatever that we have, the lights.
Yeah.
It looks freaking bonkers.
Yes, it looks bonkers. That sounded funny. So we do have a lot of news on, I guess, Sony CEO Jim Ryan is kind of going out doing some interviews. He had an interview with Taz, T-A-S-S. I've never heard of that. An interview with GQ where he's kind of discussing different things, which is really cool. Like he had, with Taz, he had discussed like the experience of launching a system in the midst of a global pandemic. And he talked about like factories in Asia were dysfunctional at the time of manufacturing, and they had to do a lot of the process via camera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think we kind of take it for granted in our day-to-day life with the things we have to do with Zoom meetings and kids with their Zoom meetings, or, you know, Google Meets, Google Hangouts, whatever it is. It's not Hangouts anymore. That we don't stop and think about how it is for the development companies. I know I hadn't stopped to think about it. Mm-hmm. And so kind of seeing things on his end, it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it's got to be so weird because, you know, when you're working in an office, you know, you hear, you know, maybe people cracking jokes. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Hey, how are you? How's your weekend and stuff? But here you're at home. You're isolated and you're like, sure, you have your webcam and stuff, but it probably feels really awkward.
Well, and to do manufacturing.
Wow, maybe that explains the shape of the PlayStation 5. Does that look good? I think it looks good from this angle. It looks great. And then it comes out, what the?
Hey, well, they had a very successful launch. And but he said, like, they asked him about his feeling post-launch, and he said he would not recommend another console between the pandemic. Let's hope that we don't have to worry about that, but, you know. And he said, like, I'll go ahead and read one of his quotes. He says, I guess my two principal feelings are one of happiness as things appear to be going well, and secondly of relief. We did it in this unusual, strange, and frankly rather difficult year. Of all the things that I've learned this year, one is that I wouldn't plan on doing another big console launch in the midst of a global pandemic, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. But on the positive note, with his sales, he was quoted as, everything is sold. Absolutely. Everything is sold, and everything will be sold in Russia. There's no doubt about it. I've spent much of the last year trying to be sure that we can generate enough demand for the product. And now in terms of my executive bandwidth, I'm spending a lot more time on trying to increase supply to meet that demand.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And he says that he thinks that 2022 is going to be the year where, and this makes a lot of sense, where there's going to be like a major boost in gaming.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because the studios are going to have like a couple of years of working with the system and experimenting with it. So they'll be able to develop based on their experience.
You can tell, like when you see, look at one of the first games, Infamous, that came out on the PlayStation 4 in the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And then you look at Ghost of Tsushima or Metal Gear and you go, whoa, or Horizon, you go, dude, that's crazy. The power, the graphics they're able, you know, all the power they're able to tap into. Mm-hmm. So I can't even wait because these games look pretty, like Spider-Man Miles Morales, even though it's a remake of, you know, last gen, it looks freaking amazing. So I can't even imagine towards, maybe 2, 3, 4 years down the lifespan of the PlayStation 5, how it's going to look. Jeez.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I still remember, and I know I always talk to you about this, about how growing up, what game was it that I always wanted the next gen system to have graphics like, Dragon's Lair.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want it to be like I'm playing a cartoon. And I never had that feel. I was always like, oh wow, this is cool. But I always wanted that look to it because my brain didn't understand, well, you're not really playing that. You're just kind of
pushing like arrows.
Yeah. Like choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that was always my thing. And we've gotten to that, of course, with, I don't know, PlayStation.
Yeah, I can't even.
Back in the day.
I can't even. I remember seeing Panzer Dragoon on the Saturn.
Oh, I was we loved that game.
This looks amazing. Look at the graphics. And you go back, you look at it, you're like,
so
what
bad.
the hell was wrong with me?
Oh, but we were hooked on that game. I remember.
Oh, man.
I think we kind of ignored that, or it was amazing for the time.
Right.
So another thing that he had talked about with GQ was the risks involved in committing to brand new projects. And he talks about new IPs, of course, and we know new IPs, they're going to be really risky. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like to read their quotes because you can get like the feel for exactly what he's saying. And he said that we've invested a lot organically over the course of the PlayStation 4 generation, more than people realize. We've added Insomniac Games.
Hell yeah.
Through acquisition, and we're making great games now, and we certainly plan to continue making great games. And he was talking about, with these box office releases, they cost more than $100 million to make.
Jeez.
And on top of that, they need to do something, it's kind of like go big or go home. So they have to have like these major box office releases for the games. So, I mean, that's a lot of money to invest in new IP. So they have to think really carefully and plan strategically on how they're able to kind of do this.
Which is why like Assassin's Creed has like, I don't know how many Assassin's Creeds there are, like 20 of them.
I stopped after the first one.
Yeah, actually the second, Brothers in the Hood.
I didn't play that one. I stopped after the first one because I was trying to platinum it because I wanted to get all the flags. And then I wanted to do all the side missions. And then it was one of those Animal Crossing things where I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Once Nolan North
too many games to play.
Once his character was removed, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I liked his character. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, so this is why you see a bunch of sequels. You keep seeing sequel after sequel, and it is risky. But if that's the case, then give me a reboot of Infamous 1 and Infamous 2, because I would love. Don't just bring those over to PlayStation 5. Yeah. Remake those, because I want to play those games with today's graphics. Mm-hmm. Give me. You already did Shadow of the Colossus, and that's freaking awesome. We love that. But give us Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4. Remake those. Reboot them. And that way you're playing. It's the same games. And just bring them over to PlayStation 5. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, and he also kind of confirmed about the $70 price point for some of the PlayStation 5 games. Mm-hmm. And that is kind of a reflection of the increased development costs. And they were saying that, the biggest titles are the ones that are set as 70 because some of the launch titles are going for less than that.
Bug Snacks.
I really hate that name.
We're going to sell this for how much again? Why don't we just give it free? Destruction Derby or Destruction All-Stars? We're going to sell that? Just give it for free.
I can't be the only one that hates that name.
Oh, yeah. But poor guys. I mean, they're the Octodad guys. So you kind of have a feel for those guys.
Oh, no. And I get it. I get it. I just really hate the name. It sounds so funky when you say it.
And it's a funky looking game.
Yeah.
Hot dog arms and...
Hey, Zion's still playing it.
Yeah, he's trying to beat it. And I'm like, hey, if he likes it, cool.
Yep.
Good on him.
Yep. So moving along, you were talking about Assassin's Creed. So why don't we stay on that for a little bit?
Okay. Assassin's Creed.
So Ubisoft came under fire for censoring the blood in the Japanese version of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So weird.
Yep. And it caused, they had to send out an apology. Let me tell you why. I know. So they initially blamed Japan's Computer Entertainment Rating Organization. I don't know if they pronounce that.
Like the ESRB?
CERO. And they denied having any involvement in the censoring decision. So it seemed like it was like a premature decision to do this. Like maybe it was kind of like someone, you know, I don't know, someone in the office was like, hey, I'm on a hurt, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of like making that part up. But they ended up having to issue an apology to players in Japan for the mistake.
Weird.
I don't know if there's going to be like an update to that to have the blood.
Just give you the option, turn it on or off. You want ketchup or you want jelly?
Yeah, but I guess if they want it to meet the ratings mark, that's what the whole thing was.
So weird.
And then speaking of your other favorite game.
My other favorite, I don't really like Assassin's Creed.
No, I know.
So this would be another terrible game.
Well, it's not terrible. I just get sad. The Last of Us. The Last of Us is an amazing game.
Oh yeah,
but the fact that it's getting a TV adaptation, I know how I felt with, and I think I might have even said this last time, is that I read the X-Men comic books. Did you read them too?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'd buy them and we'd both read them. And, you know, I was hooked.
Age of Apocalypse.
Hooked on the comic books.
Man, Age of Apocalypse. I still have that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I love that. It's like that foil cover.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember I'd get paid. We were both worked at a grocery store together. One of our first jobs.
Back in the 40s.
Oh, yeah, right. So, like, we'd get paid, but I would go and I'd blow all my money on comic books.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd spend your money on.
I would always buy, you know, I was a Wolverine guy.
But I don't remember you buying comic books.
Yeah. Man, before you, I had comics. I would have little acid-free baggies and the cardboard that goes in the back. Yeah, man, I was all Wolverine, Team Wolverine, and X-Men.
I don't remember you buying them.
Because you would buy really weird stuff like Gen 13.
I did Gen 13.
And I didn't like any of that weird stuff.
That was the only one that I kind of went off on. It was Gen 13 and it was X-Men.
Yeah, I was always
And then,
X-Men.
of course, I'd get
and you
like...
got Gambit. And I was like,
I did get Gambit. I loved Gambit. He was my favorite.
Didn't Psylocke have like her own or something?
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
Dazzler?
Yeah.
No, she was in the original or the regular ones. I don't remember her having her original one. I mean, her own one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so when the X-Men movie came out, I knew I was going to be disappointed because it didn't follow the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was good for what it was, but it didn't appeal to me because it didn't follow the storyline whatsoever, and it would get me mad. So I don't know if that's going to be the same thing with The Last of Us TV adaptation, but it kind of seems like it's going to be. I'm not sure. I guess it's one of those kind of things that we'll see, but HBO has approved everything. They're moving along with it.
Whoa. And
they're working with, so these are the people that are kind of in charge of this. It's Chernobyl's Craig Masson, Neil Druckmann.
Oh, wow.
Of course, PlayStation Productions, World Games, and Naughty Dog.
Oh, wow.
And, gosh.
Maybe this will be the way Dr. Uckman leaves making video games and just starts doing movies and stuff because he wants to do movies.
Dr. Uckman. It took me a while. Oh, my God. Did you see how I looked at you? I was like, what are you doing?
But if he leaves, because I think he wants to do like movies and stuff. So maybe he can't. Maybe he can just leave and then take Troy Baker with him.
Oh what's wrong with you? Jeez.
It's because his side, his guy is gone.
Yeah.
So once
Bruce
Straley left, I was like, that's it.
Well, so what we know is that it's supposed to follow the same storyline with Joel and Ellie.
Oh, weird.
But there's going to be like new material with reimagined scenes from both games in the franchise. And okay, so
I would have rather been like maybe CGI, like graphics of like The Last of Us, and it just I don't even know what I want anymore.
No, yeah. So okay. So this is what Masson said. Our goal is not to keep you in love with The Last of Us, but to make you fall in love with it again in a different way. And I like the way this is said. Okay.
Yeah, I can.
I could see this. And it's a passive way of taking it in instead of playing it, and you'll be experiencing more with more characters in more ways. I think we've got something good going. And I'm not sure, because even when you're playing the game, I could watch you play it and I could thoroughly enjoy it. Now, I'm hoping that this whole like different way of experiencing it is going to be good. I do have hopes for it, but I feel like with my experience in getting hooked on something in a certain way, my brain doesn't want to see it in another way. And that's just me. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it.
I just kind of wanted, The Last of Us 1 was the perfect game. Let me think of the ending I wanted in my head, because it ended perfect. You don't know what's going to happen with them.
Yeah.
And that's perfect, right? And I had hoped that Naughty Dog would have done like another side story of maybe 2 other characters and just done another story, because leave that one alone. It's the same world where everything is just like, it's dire. Everyone's like, fend for yourself. It's like The Walking Dead. And, just like the story when they ran into the brothers.
Yeah.
Like that story was pretty damn cool. And there's got to be other people in this world that are experiencing the same thing. And of course they did, because Last of Us 2, there were other people experiencing the same thing. But maybe, because leave Joel and Ellie alone.
Don't bring them in. Ending. Yeah. Well, I know I wanted more. I know I did, because I loved it so much.
We all did.
But I played a little bit of it. So I guess I kind of lied earlier. I did play a little bit. And then I was like, let me wait till you're done with it. I didn't watch you play it. I stayed out of the room because I didn't want to ruin it for myself. I'll watch you play something like when I'm done playing it. But if you play it first, I don't like to sit in there and watch you, because I don't want any spoilers.
Yeah.
But as soon as you beat it, you got rid of it. So I didn't get and you told me how monotonous it was.
I dipped it in gasoline and just lit it on fire and just watched it.
So, I mean, I guess I really don't have a say on it, because I didn't fully play it. But when you told me how monotonous it was, I'm like, oh, well, I guess that sucks. I should come up with a better word. That's unfortunate.
I just wish it would have been on another story. Leave them 2 alone. Whatever happened after that, you can.
I think that would have been a cool idea.
Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We'll see. I mean, I would like for them to kind of, have it something good. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. There's a Nuketown 84 Easter egg, and that map is set to be released tomorrow, actually. But a Redditor Pimp Out My PC apparently glitched into the game. I know.
That's a pretty cool glitch.
Yeah. So to activate this Easter egg, so now since it's tomorrow, you can still do that. So what you do is you shoot off the heads of all the mannequins around the map. And this adds a blue 80s themed digital filter to the graphics, and it brings in a new synth wave track and a purple sky. So that means, you unlocked it, I guess. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, but it comes out tomorrow anyway.
So that's just it? Purple sky and stuff, or?
No, I guess it unlocks a whole map.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
To my understanding.
I was never really a multiplayer Call of Duty guy.
I couldn't. I tried.
Yeah.
Nope. Can't do it. I wish I was, but makes me sick. So Dead Cells, there's an update coming mid-December.
Oh, nice.
And it's actually getting its 20th update since its launch in 2018.
Good for them.
Yeah, right?
That's awesome.
And it's going to include little stocking filters to help you...
stocking filters?
To keep you entertained for a bit longer.
Oh,
Also, whoa, I had a typo, but no. So there's like a new weapon, a new enemy, new lore room, new skins, and new things to eat, and a few other changes that they're testing, so they can't confirm that. But they did also announce that the game had sold more than 3 million copies.
Oh, good for them.
And you can pick it up on Steam or GOG for $25.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, man.
All right. So the next thing with the release of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, they're kind of breaking internet use records and data caps. What are data caps? Yeah. Those are kind of, oh gosh, yeah.
Man, and that's another thing that upset me is when they're like, oh, just do a factory reset. I'm like, okay, so you want me to wipe it out?
Yeah, and go
then
through
download
that all
a terabyte
over
again, all over again? It's like, geez.
Yeah, and I mean, with the whole internet usage, the way things have been nowadays, internet usage has gone.
Yeah, it's almost
off the charts.
It's kind of comical the way it's. You remember back in the day? I don't know if you can even remember. Back in the day, you'd buy cell phone plans. Like, I'll use so many minutes, 30 minutes of airtime or whatever.
That?
Yeah. Oh, I'm only going to send out this many texts, for the month. That was back in the day. How ridiculous that sounds, right? Now we're like, everything's unlimited. Yeah, because it has to be. But my internet is limited? Are you crazy?
Yeah. So that's a kind of crazy thing. And then with these launches, the file sizes are just insane.
Yeah. It's like each game is like 100 gigs.
Yeah. And then yeah, so in the data caps, some of the players are experiencing exceeded data caps.
That's gotta suck. That's gotta be the worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm. All right. So last bit of news that we have: Deathloop will utilize the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller for haptic feedback.
This is so cool.
Gun jams.
This is so cool.
And more.
Yeah, because they were saying they have like this nail gun, and you can feel the nails like load in to the gun. Like if I had told you this before, you're probably like, that sounds so ridiculous. Yeah, sure. Like I could really feel it, right? And I'm telling you, once you get your hands on this controller, yeah, you can feel the nails, loading up. And then they were saying the guns would be jammed where the triggers, they give you some resistance when you pull on them, when you're playing like Call of Duty. Yep. So it feels like a gun. You're like, oh, wow, this is cool. You could feel like the recoil, And so now with this, they said it'll go halfway and it'll just get stuck because it's jammed. And I'm like, that is so gnarly. Like my when our son came over and he was playing Astrobot, he was just like, oh, wow, you can really feel everything in the controller. I'm like, yeah, isn't that amazing? He's like, oh, it's so weird. Yeah. Because he's like watching it and he goes, I didn't even think about it because I'm watching everything happen and I'm feeling it in my hands, but it feels and seems natural.
Like the way it's supposed to. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, wow.
Yeah. So along with the gun gems and all that stuff. So with the haptic feedback, you're going to feel like the different textures of the surfaces that you're going to be on.
They can do that too?
So if you have like a really hard fall and stuff, like you're going to feel that
that's
thump.
neat because you can really feel in Astro's Playroom when you're in the water or in the sand. You can feel it and you're just like, oh, that's so neat. So that would be, man, that's...
Yep, and then they're also going to utilize the controller speaker where you can hear like the bullets whizzing by, and then you have a personal radio, so you'll hear the voices there. And then also like sounds from your weapons and then like the empty chamber click. Yeah. So stuff like that, you'll be able to hear it as well.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Hey, you know what I was thinking the other day? I know this is a side note, but you know how they have those Jackbox games where we all get our cell phones and we all load up? Yeah. And we play those games. Wouldn't it be neat if Nintendo made one of just Nintendo trivia?
Oh, that would be fun.
So just like, who made this game or when was the first time this character... You remember how at E3 before the event, you're saying, oh, Miyamoto, oh, I was wrong. It was, and it's so neat when they, do those things. But I was like, it'd be neat if they did a Jackbox thing for like
that
a
would
Nintendo,
be really fun. Or like even
Metroid,
PlayStation
Kirby.
too.
Yeah. But I was just thinking like, with instead of the Mario Party, like actually have a Mario Party.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
You need to tell them about that. Hey, but real quick, going back to the Deathloop, you were telling me you wanted to talk about Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda and how this game right now is a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, it's a timed exclusive. Everyone knows that it's going to be, Microsoft's going to make this deal with Bethesda. and it's just so odd to see that game in PlayStation's hands because it looks really cool, but it's like it's only gonna be time. So Microsoft will also have the game as well. But I just think it's just so neat that at least Sony's like, okay, so Microsoft's gonna have it, but what don't they have? Haptic feedback, baby. So it's just throwing it all in there, like, you know, that way it's like, which one are you gonna get?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one because this one's actually kind of cool.
The immersion. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so guys, thank you once again for tuning in to episode 7 of the Introverts Supercast. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can follow us if you look for us and if you find us, but we're introverts and we hide. We're rare. We're like, what is that animal that comes out every winter? Is it the groundhog? The groundhog, right?
I was going to say hedgehog. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the hedgehog. A good game comes out every 10 years. So, once again, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out when you find us. And if you see us in the wild, say hi. Peace.